There's a gnat. Anyway. Hey guys, it's me, your girl Sid, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my record collection. Now, I don't really have that many records, but the ones that I do have sentimental meaning to me. Most of them do, at least. And so I just thought it'd be really cool to show you guys the type of music that I listen to, the albums that I have on vinyl, and just to kind of talk about some of these albums as well, because most of them are albums that either really mean a lot to me, got me through a lot in my life, or just albums that I just really enjoy listening to. So without further ado, let's just get started. Okay, so I'm on the floor because I keep my records in like a little box, and I didn't feel like really lifting it. So here it is right here, and I keep it on the floor next to the shelf that my record player is on. So let's just get started. I'm not really sure which one I want to start out with, but I guess I'll just show you guys my most recent one. So my most recent record is this one. So it's the Moonchild album called Voyager, and I really like this album. So Moonchild, if you guys don't know, is a neo-soul group based out of California. Yeah, I really started listening to them in my senior year of college. One of their songs was on my Explore new music playlist on Apple Music, and I listened to it and I loved it. This was pretty much the soundtrack to my senior year of college. This music is very mellow, so it's not like I was like out here like raging with this music. It's a really nice sound, and I really enjoy listening to it when I'm doing work, because, well, now I can't really listen to it when I'm doing work because I want to sing it, but when I didn't really know it that well, it was just nice background music because it was very calm. It's relaxing. It's a lot of like really nice instruments. So this is a really good album, and if you guys are interested, I definitely suggest checking it out. So my favorite song on this album is The List. It's really good, guys. Oh my gosh, it's so good. So if you guys are interested in neo-soul calm music, I definitely suggest Moonchild Voyager. Okay, so now I kind of want to go to my first record, and my first record was actually Michael Jackson, Off the Wall. For those that do not know, which I'm sure nobody really knows because I don't really talk about it, but Michael Jackson is one of my all-time favorite music artists ever. I've pretty much been obsessed with him since I was born. I love his music. I just loved him as a person. So it only made sense that my first record was Off the Wall. And I really do like this album. So this album came out in '79, and it was his first solo studio album. So I mean, it's honestly just classic. There's so many good songs on this album, and it just like really takes me back. Not that it takes me back to 1979, because obviously I wasn't freaking alive, but it just reminds me of my childhood and just reminds me of just happiness. Like, I really love this album. So yeah, this was my first album that I got when I got my record player. My sister actually got this for me. So my favorite song on this album, this is actually kind of a hard question because I like so many. But I would have to say Rock With You. Honestly, I would just have to say Rock With You because that song is literally so good. It cheers me up so much to the point where like I'm like crying happy tears. It's so weird. But the song is so beautiful. It's literally one of my favorite songs of all time. So that would probably be my favorite song off of that album. So keeping with the Michael Jackson theme, I have Thriller on vinyl. Literally, this makes my heart so happy because who the frick has Thriller on vinyl? No one. So except for me. So yeah, I have Thriller on vinyl, obviously by Michael Jackson. My grandparents gave me this, and they sent it to me when I was at school as like a little going back to school gift, which I really appreciated. It was super sweet. So yeah, like I just said, I love Michael Jackson. So this album, or this vinyl, really means a lot to me. There's so many bangers on this album. I think it's hard for me to pick a favorite. PYT is a classic. The Girl Is Mine, beautiful song. Lady in My Life, oh my god, that song is so good. So I don't really know if I have a favorite on this one, but it's so good. The art on this album, oh my gosh, like, please, are you kidding me? So I just love this album so much, and it means a lot, and it sounds so good on vinyl. What I've noticed in listening to records on vinyl is that the older ones sound so good. Oh my gosh, it's just like, it's a sound that I can't even really explain. Okay, so this next one is one that I haven't really listened to a whole lot, but I still have it. So this is actually, look how old this is. This is a George Benson record, and it's called Living Inside Your Love. And for those that don't know, George Benson produces jazz music. So this is jazz, and it's really nice to just listen to in the background. I don't have a favorite song because, I mean, I just don't have a favorite song from this album. This was my grandfather's. My grandfather had, or has, a very large vinyl collection, and so this is one of the ones that he gave me when I got my record player, and I really like it. Like I said, it's just really good background music, and like I said, the older ones sound so good. As you guys can tell, this is old as heck. Let me see when this was. This was also from 79, 1979, so yeah. Me and this record don't really have that much of a special bond, only because I'm not like, I don't know the songs and I don't really know George Benson all too well, but it is my collection and I still have it and listen to it on occasion. So now we're gonna move into rap. Now, rap, or hip hop if you want, rap is really, like, I don't really prefer listening to rap on vinyl because I prefer my rap music to have a lot of bass and I like to be able to hear it. And you know, on a record player, you can't freaking hear it. Like, it's kind of just like muffled. So I don't really prefer listening to rap on vinyl, but I do have some rap albums. And the first one is actually 2014 Forest Hills Drive. I mean, at this point, it's pretty well known that I am a huge J. Cole stan. I think that he's my favorite rapper, one of my favorite artists ever. And yeah, so it only made sense that I get one of his best studio albums on vinyl. This is the back. I actually really enjoy the artwork on this album. I'll show you guys the sleeves of the vinyls. They're really nice, just like really good glossy pictures, which I really like. And then here's another one. And then on the back of this sleeve, it just has the songs and like the production on them. This album means a lot to me and I'm very happy that I have it on vinyl. Well, this is the album that I pretty much found out or realized that J. Cole was the great artist that he is. You know what I mean? This was the first album that I actually really saw it and the first album that I actually listened to, because of course he had Born Sinner before and then his first project, but I didn't really listen to those that much. I just really listened to the songs that were put on the radio from those albums. But this one, I remember specifically where I was when it came out. It was my freshman year of college. I was about to go home for Christmas break and I saw people talking about it on Twitter, so I wanted to listen to it and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. So yeah, I'm just really happy that I have this on vinyl. It means a lot to me. So my favorite song, again, it's so hard for me to choose a favorite song from this album because it was so good, or is so good. So I'm gonna do a top three. My top three favorite songs on this album are Wet Dreams, '03 Adolescence, and GOMD. So, 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole, literally a classic. Then, keeping with the J. Cole theme, I also have For Your Eyes Only on vinyl. I wasn't the biggest fan of this album, but yeah, it's J. Cole. I mean, even on his like weaker projects, I still really like them. So this is the inside of the, oh, there's like a whole glare, so hopefully you guys can see it, but it's just glossy pictures and then the production of each song. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't like the biggest fan of this record because it was kind of sad. Like it was really depressing, honestly, and I couldn't really listen to any of the songs without like really thinking. And sometimes when I listen to music, I don't really want to think, you know, I just kind of want to listen to music to take me away from certain situations that I might be dealing with in life. And these songs, most of them were just like, dang, like this is so sad, you know what I mean? But I still loved it. I mean, that's why I have it on vinyl. So my favorite song on this album would probably be Neighbors. I think Neighbors is a really good song. I also really like Change, but that song really gets me. Like, it's honestly kind of sad. For Your Eyes Only by J. Cole. Not one of my favorites, but it's J. Cole, so it's still great, you know what I mean? Alright, so the next album that I have is Telephone by No Name. Love this album. This album is so good, and this one is very sentimental to me. So my best friend gave this to me for Christmas, I believe, and it was because this is the album that was playing when her and I had first hung out. So this does mean a lot to me, this album, and it's so good. Oh my gosh, I love No Name as an artist. So I would say my favorite song off of this album is Shadow Man. Really, really good. It has a really good message. Yeah, so if you guys are into this, now I know that this is not everybody's cup of tea when it comes to rap, because I would kind of classify it as more of a spoken word type of rap music. So I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it. I've loved her since I heard her on Chance the Rapper's Acid Rap forever ago, and I'm so happy that she finally has her own budding career. So No Name, Telephone, great album, check it out. Okay, so now we're getting into the R&B section of my records, and this one, y'all, this album means so much to me. One of my favorite albums of all time. It's so good. Freudian, Daniel Caesar. It is beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh, this came out in 2017, so my senior year of college. I remember where I was when it came out. I remember all the feelings that it produced out of me. But y'all, this album is beautiful. I haven't listened to it that much anymore because unfortunately a lot of the songs are associated with people in my life who are not in my, or who were in my life, who aren't in my life anymore. And I just don't really need to be thinking about that type of stuff, or those people. So I don't listen to it anymore, but it's so good. Oh my gosh, if you haven't heard of it, like, where have you been, pretty much, because it was beautiful. This is the sleeve, so it's basically just the song titles and the songs. Just imagine playing this when the lights are off in your room, candles lit. You might even be trying to entertain some romantic company. I don't know. Okay, just imagine it though. So beautiful, so beautiful. My favorite song off this album, I don't even know, y'all. I'm gonna say, I think my favorite song off this album is Blessed, because it's so beautiful. I honestly can't listen to it without crying, so I love that for me. But yeah, Blessed is really good. Obviously Get You is beautiful. Best Part, beautiful. New Roses is actually really good too. I forgot about that song. But yeah, New Roses, beautiful. It's just like, this whole album is perfect to me. I literally waited for this to go on vinyl, and when it did, I immediately got it. Didn't care how much it costed. I was like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna get it because I needed it that bad, and I'm so happy that I got it because it's one of my favorites. Daniel Caesar, Freudian. So the next album that I'm going to talk about is Control, SZA. Pretty well-known album that came out in 2017, I think. When it came out, I literally listened to this to death. And it's funny because before this album came out, I really wasn't a huge SZA fan, and I kind of didn't like her music, if we're being completely honest. But the person that I was with at the time really liked her, which made me start listening to her, and I was obsessed with this album. So I have this on vinyl. I think I got this for Christmas. I can't remember if I bought it or if somebody got this for me, but I have it. And so this is just the front, the back, and then the inside artwork is, I mean, it's just a picture of her, so that's what that looks like. So my favorite song off of Control is easily Garden. And I haven't listened to that in a long time because it's attached to a person. But Garden is such a good song, guys. It's so beautiful. Literally, it just feels like, you're falling in love when you're listening to it. And I just think that that's a really good feeling. So I like it. But there's so many other good songs on here. Doves in the Wind is really good. Normal Girl, beautiful song. Obviously The Weeknd, Love Galore, Supermodel, 20 something. Like, there's a lot of good songs on this album. So if you haven't listened to it, which I'm pretty sure everybody has listened to at least one song off of this album before, you should definitely check out Control by SZA. My next album is an album that I wouldn't really expect to have on vinyl, but I'm really happy that I do. And this was also a Christmas gift. It is Lemonade by the one and only. The album is beautiful, obviously. It's freaking Beyonce. I'm pretty sure it was expensive as heck because there's just a lot in here. So if you open it up, it's a nice like big picture of the Queen. And then it also comes with this little like insert flip book thing that has just like a whole bunch of stills from her like the visual movie that came out when this album came out. And so this has 2 records as well, so 4 sides, and this is probably the most pretty record that I own. It is beautiful. Honestly, I'm gonna say my favorite song off of this album is Pray You Catch Me, because it's so good. It's either Pray You Catch Me or Sandcastles. Both of those are really, really good. Again, I don't listen to this album a whole lot because I do find that it's pretty sad, and I don't really like listening to super sad music all the time. It has its time and its place, but not all the time, like not just for like a random listen. So yeah, but I do really love the fact that I have it and it sounds really good on vinyl. So Beyonce, Lemonade. So now moving into my probably most played vinyl that I have in my collection. This was a gift from my line sister, and I'm forever grateful for her, or grateful to her for buying me this Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic, or 24K Magic. Bruno Mars, this one. When it came out, I was reluctant to listen to it because I was never really a huge Bruno Mars fan, but everyone was saying that it was so good, so I listened to it, and long story short, I fell in love with it. It's so good, oh my gosh. Like literally every song on this album is a complete and utter banger, and I'm super happy that I have it on vinyl. And the reason why I'm happy that I have this on vinyl is because I don't have to skip any songs. So I can literally play this through and not have to get up every 5 seconds and move the needle to the next song, you know what I mean? So this is this one. This is the inside. It's very plain. Just says thank you for buying my album, I believe. My favorite song off of this album, it's so hard because I have a soft spot for every single one of these songs on this album, but I'm gonna do a top 3 on this one too. And my top 3 is Versace on the Floor, Calling All My Lovelies, and Too Good to Say Goodbye, because oh my god, they're all good in their own way and they're all special to me in their own way. So yeah, Bruno Mars 24K Magic, one of the best albums or most loved vinyls that I own. So y'all, we have reached the end of this journey, the end of my record collection, and I have saved my favorite one for last. This vinyl means so much to me, simply because it's one of my favorite albums of all time. I got it for Christmas, and when I got it I cried, so there's that. I listen to this one the most. I can play it all the way through without skipping a single song. I listen to it on Apple Music all the time. This album just means a lot to me, and I'm super happy to have it on vinyl. And it is the one and only, drum roll please, Flower Boy by my man's Tyler, the Creator. Now, for those that don't know, I love Tyler, the Creator. I have loved him since 2011. I used to be kind of a closet fan because back in the day he, it wasn't socially acceptable to like Tyler, the Creator, because he was so out there and weird and just like an oddball type of person. So if you liked him, it was like, oh my gosh, like what's wrong with you? I love Tyler, the Creator so much, and when this album came out, it literally changed my life. I think this came out in 2017 too, so a lot of the albums that I have came out in 2017. So great year for music for 2017, clearly. But this came out in 2017. I remember listening to it, and the first time I heard it, it was just pure magic. Like, it was a beautiful experience for me, and to have this on vinyl is just like, oh my god, it's so good, guys, and it sounds beautiful on vinyl. So this is what the album looks like, or the like the case or whatever. This is the let me not drop all of this. This is the inside. It says some stuff down there, but I know you all won't be able to read it, so I'm just gonna do that. Hey guys, so it is clearly not the same day. It's actually a couple of days later after I filmed the video. It is about 11:20 p.m. and I decided I really wanted to film this clip because I just got a new record today. This record is one that honestly I'm really excited about. I've been listening to this album for the past like 3 weeks non-stop. This artist is a new obsession of mine. I really love her. So this is When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go by Billie Eilish. If you guys have not listened to Billie Eilish yet, I highly suggest it. Her music isn't everyone's cup of tea, but guys, oh my gosh, she's so cool to me. I'm just like literally obsessed with her. I don't really have a super strong sentimental attachment to it yet, but I feel like I will, because honestly I've been going through some things over the past couple of weeks, and the main artist that I've been listening to is Billie Eilish. My favorite song off of this album thus far is probably Wish You Were Gay. Really good song, and I feel it on a personal level. So Wish You Were Gay is really good. Of course, When the Party's Over, super beautiful song. The visuals, amazing. I also really like 8. 8 is a really cool song to me. And then I guess just to round out my collection of favorite songs, I would have to say My Strange Addiction. So yes, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, Billie Eilish. If you haven't checked it out, I strongly suggest it. Alright guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. That was my entire record or vinyl collection. Like I said, I don't really have a lot, but the ones that I do have mean a lot to me. They're albums that I love, they're albums that I listen to, and that's all that really matters. It doesn't matter if I have like 50,000 records or if I just have 2. As long as they're of albums that I really love and really appreciate, and can listen to on vinyl. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any recommendations at all on which vinyls I should add to my collection, or if you have a vinyl that you really like and think that I would like it too based off of, you know, music similarities or preferences, please let me know. I'm always open to growing my collection. I really do appreciate you watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you want to, and leave a comment letting me know how you liked this video. I'll see you guys in my next video.